It's Second Esdras 15 and 15, or 14. We'll start at 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. I want to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to all the elders and apostles of GMS that taught me this truth. Peace and shalom to my fellow and bring out this scripture, man, because we're slowly starting to see being publicized different types of uproars and protests in America. All right. And you're slowly seeing the uproars and protests in other countries as well, man, because they seem to be, the media seems to be kind of quiet on the protest and the worldwide mandate that's coming down. But as usual, a kingdom that is divided cannot stand. So you do have some states that are not against this shit, and we ultimately know that at the end of the day, what's going to happen. All right, the will of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shah is going to happen, and eventually, everyone will be tried, man. All right, you will go through the hour of temptation, chiefly the elect. All right, so this video is about a week old, and it's going into Governor Greg Abbott and what he's saying about Vanessa. So let's see what's going on. After commercial, of course.
20 years of... Moving on, Texas Republican Governor Greg Abbott is set for a face-off with U.S. President Joe Biden. The Texas governor has issued an executive order barring all COVID-19 vaccine mandates in the state by any entity, including private employers. Now, Abbott's move sets him up for a clash with President Joe Biden, who was a Democrat. Last month, President Biden called on employers nationwide to order their workers to be vaccinated or lose their jobs. Now, the governor's order states that no entity in Texas could compel proof of vaccination by an individual, including employees or customers. Abbott also called on state lawmakers to take up the issue in an upcoming special session. Defending his decision, the Texas governor tweeted, I'm quoting here, "The COVID-19 vaccine is safe, effective, our best defense against the virus, but should always remain voluntary and never forced." Now, Texas governor executive order is said to impact a host of big corporations. Tech giants Facebook and Google have both told employees that they would need proof of vaccination to return to their offices. Both companies employ large numbers in Texas. Fort Worth-based American Airlines, the largest U.S. carrier, last week told its 100,000 U.S.-based employees that they must submit proof of full vaccination no later than 24th of November or be fired. United Airlines, on the other hand, has imposed a vaccine mandate on its 60,000 employees, around 9,000 of whom are based in Texas. However, the company is now facing a lawsuit over its vaccine mandate. Biden's vaccine mandate announcement in September came as his administration struggled to control the pandemic, which has killed more than 700,000 Americans, the highest death toll in the world. Mandatory vaccinations have become an incendiary political issue in the United States, with many conservatives saying that they amount to government overreach. Proponents argue that vaccines are crucial in curbing the spread of the highly contagious virus.
And there you have it, man. All right, so you do have some states, some senators, some mayors and governors or whatnot went against this. And what this is doing is this is causing a lot of workers to quit their jobs. As we're going to get into a video about that as well. This is causing a lot of workers to quit their jobs. This is causing policemen to walk away from their jobs. And not only that, but we have this container shortage that keeps making headlines. And one of the things, they had a Jake on there last night on one station that was saying that the containers are not going to be filled back up until everyone decides to go along with the mandate. And let me get this out of the way. It says here, hashtag empty shelves, Joe. goes viral as Americans rage over broken supply chain under Biden. All right. America is running out of everything under fake President Joe Biden, and Americans are starting to make their voices heard about it. Hashtag empty shelves Joe is going viral on Twitter as Americans tweet in rage and frustration over the ongoing supply chain issues that are leaving many store shelves completely bare. And that is true. Some stores are completely bare. They're trying to actually mostly keep it in the urban neighborhoods and in the inner cities to stop riot. But it's Esau's plan is getting underway, man. All right, and that's to restrict and cut off you being able to readily get the shit that you need, man, or things that you want. All right, so that you're going to have to come to him for the want of all things, and that's gonna go into the curses of Deuteronomy, man. All right, for the want of all things, we're gonna have to come to this man. All right, and you're gonna have to make a choice to, if you're gonna have faith in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, or if you're going to comply and go along with the beast, man. All right. This is let me see here where I want to start. Let me see where I want to start, Salakia. Well, I'll pull up. I'll just read it. This is Isaiah 19 and 9 and 3, Salakia. 19 and 2, Salakia. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, and city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek the idols and the charmers and them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. All right, yeah, your politicians, your soothsayers. All right, your sweet Caesarea Borgia that you believe in. Okay, and the Lord is making he didn't say Egypt, he's making the spirit of Egypt. All right, failed in the midst thereof. Okay, so we'll just read a little bit more of this. Potentially hundreds of large cargo ships, each holding hundreds of giant shipping containers, are sitting off the coast of the United States with nowhere to port. And where is Hunter's dad? Taking a nap or rambling about nonsense. Things have degraded so much that the corporate giants like Walmart and Costco are now chartering their own ships while limiting sales of toilet paper and other consumer goods, just like they did at the start of the pandemic, which everyone knows this now, man. Okay, everyone knows that this is even this whole shipping container fiasco, which we also believe that it's a planned thing. And even if it's an actual thing, is nevertheless it still comes from the will and the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right. So let me see here. In order not to miss Christmas, some corporate CEOs are pushing the public to buy their gifts really early this year. This will ensure that the high level executives get their bonuses. all else to be damned. Unsure as what else they can do about it, Americans everywhere are tweeting photos and videos of retail carnage whenever and wherever they encounter it, along with the empty shelves Joe hashtag. And so, I mean, we are just getting in that time, man, of that pale horse, man, the chaos, anarchy, and death and destruction. And this is just the beginning stages of it. All right. So again, 2 Esdras 15 and 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, but shall not be able. For because their pride, the city shall be troubled, houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And you're gonna see that, man. You're going to get ready to see that, man. All right. When your next door neighbor's not able to eat, and your homeboy at the job's not able to eat, man, because the shelves are empty or whatnot, and he didn't decide to dance with Vanessa, a different animal, a different spirit is gonna go out, man. All right. And so we're gonna get into this video, and it was said to be in South Africa, as they have mandates as well, and so they're protesting, because it's not just here in America. This lot got it so loud. Let's read some of the comments, see what they say in the comments. I like how everyone is standing up for their rights. No one should be enforced anything on their body if it's not 100% safe or effective against any variant. Let's go USA. We need new leaders. Let's come together. Let's come together while the real people, we need to new leaders. Let's come together and kick everyone out of office. We have the power to choose a new government, and we choose to fight against each other while the real people messing up our economy and image are in riches. Come on, America, wake up. Let's take, and that'll never happen. America's set to be destroyed, man. Destined to be destroyed. So the whole system is corrupted. Money, 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 the root of all evil, and this is true. Let's see here. Poverty, famine, and suffering. Oh man, I wanted to read that comment.
You can't talk to your dad and work at the same time, huh? Is your new laptop?
So it's like we're gonna actually go back and read that. We're gonna actually go back and read that comment. Actually, I'm gonna go back and read that comment. Let me pause it. It says poverty, famine, and suffering are the engineered state of the world by way of depriving it of its self-sufficiency for the purpose of globalizing trade, the root of which is money. And he's correct, man. But poverty, famine is also coming from the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, as well. All right. And we had another quick video going into DeSantis, who is the Florida governor as well.
For this. These are people that have been working.
So we're gonna I believe this might have been yesterday. Or actually no.
So I can't speak to the specifics because I'm just not
it's
sure.
Like
that's
6 days ago.
Done, by the agencies. But our law is very clear. We basically don't want people to be discriminated against. We want them to be able to live their lives regardless of their status on getting these shots. And part of it is people that have recovered from COVID have strong protection, and there's been the powers that be have refused to acknowledge that at the CDC and these other places. It's totally devastated their credibility. But we know people that have symptomatic COVID, if you're hospitalized and you recover, the chance of you ending up back in the hospital is incredibly, incredibly small. That's just the reality. And so you have a lot of folks.
And Rand Paul was going on saying that as well. But that gets overlooked again because that's not part of their agenda. Now, we're not going to listen to all of this. We're going to just get into like 2 minutes of it.
That are in that boat. And I think also this should be a personal decision. So that's the law in Florida. and people need to abide by the law in Florida. You know, you look at some of these other places, what they're doing, they're creating a system where just your operation in normal society is constantly requiring you to have to show different types of papers just to go in. And I object to that, period. But then guess what's going to happen? Then you're going to be in a situation where you may be fully vaccinated. Fauci says you should go get a booster. So what? They're going to say you're now unvaccinated unless you get whatever they're saying. And obviously there was a lot of controversy over that because the White House was pushing this and they didn't have the data to back it up. And the FDA didn't ultimately go along with it. And the CDC basically came in and overruled that. So you have all these things where, okay, what's someone supposed to make of that? And so we're going to make sure people are able to make their own choices. We're not going to discriminate against people based on those choices. And you're going to have a right to operate in society. I do think that we've been able to help save a lot of jobs, too. We worked with the folks in Gainesville. They were going to fire cops and firefighters and utility workers.
Well, see, that's what's going on in other, and that's all I really wanted on this video. That's what's going on in other states, man. As we're going to watch nightly news from the day before yesterday and get into that. First commercial, of course.
Hello, sir. And then
It's a
I
lot.
enter my flat.
Rewind here.
Breaking news tonight, Americans kidnapped in Haiti. Now the effort to get them out. 16 American missionaries and 1 Canadian, including children, taken hostage. They were in the country to build an orphanage. What we know about the gang believed to have them and what the U.S. government is doing to try and free them. Heading home, former President...
And look, ain't no telling what that's all about. It could be true. Okay, it could be them getting ready to do some more shit off in Haiti. You never know with this man. All right? You never know with this man.
Bill Clinton released from the hospital today. We have the latest on his condition. Vaccine mandate showdowns. Washington State's police forces must be vaccinated by tomorrow. One state trooper quitting ahead of it.
This is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car.
In Massachusetts, 150 members of the state police are resigning over their mandate as Chicago prepares to suspend some of its officers. The rallies for Ahmaud Arbery, killed after being followed by a father and son. The trial of the men accused of murdering him begins tomorrow. The video evidence that will play a key role in the case. And
you see, things are heating up, man. The Lord is stirring up a spirit in the world, man. And he's making judgments come about. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get that in Sirach. All right. This is Sirach. And we know this, you know, but we bringing out the scriptures, man. This is Sirach 39, and I'll start at 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And that him that made them is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Fire, hail, famine, and death, all these were created for vengeance. Verse 30, teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword punishing the wicked to their destruction, man. All right, so the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is creating spirits, all right? Having spirits go inside the earth. Lying spirits, evil spirits, okay, putting spirits and demons on Jake and other nations to get out here and act a fool, man. All right, and that's what's getting ready to go down, man. Okay.
ABC News exclusive, the widow of a police officer who took his own life after defending the Capitol on January 6th, speaking out how she's still fighting for him. Plus, the show will go on, the late night deal that will keep Hollywood going.
This is NBC Nightly News with Kate Snow.
Good evening. We begin tonight with the international crisis in Haiti and the kidnapping Saturday of 17 missionaries, 16 of them Americans and 1 Canadian, 5 of those being held are just children. Their church group says they were in Haiti to build an orphanage, and they're asking for prayers tonight. Amid political turmoil, kidnappings have been on the rise in Haiti this year, and the U.S. government is trying to work with Haitian authorities to find a way to bring this group home. It's a story that's developing very quickly. We have 2 reports tonight, beginning with Sam Brock.
Tonight, the turmoil and violence rocking Haiti has been directed at American citizens after 17 people on a missionary visit were kidnapped near the capital of Port-au-Prince while visiting an orphanage. The Ohio-based Christian Aid Ministries posting on its website the group of 16 U.S. citizens and 1 Canadian citizen includes 5 men, 7 women, and 5 children. Join us in praying for those who are being held hostage. The terror, nothing new. This taxi driver saying
we're gonna skip through it a little bit, but you know, Matthew's 25th chapter, man, or the 24th chapter, cold waxing axe, man. All right, and this is just what this is, man. We're in a time like Haiti is being destroyed down there, man. You know, and a lot of people they're already going through the curses down there, man. Okay, they're already going through the curses down there. Lack of food, lack of bread, lack of water, lack of jobs, all these different things, man. So, look, you got to get it how you live, man. And the Lord is putting evil spirits up upon the earth, man, right, to fulfill His will. Why? Because the Lord Yahweh Hashem Shai is a balance, man. Okay.
Are ongoing. A senior State Department official tells NBC News tonight, we are engaging with Haitian authorities at planning that the welfare pledge the U.S. York after a health scare.
We don't care about Clinton either, man.
Calls from former
mandates. Tonight, hundreds of police officers across the country are quitting or facing suspension rather than...
Hey, and what's going to happen when these police walk off the job, man? All right. Hell, anarchy, chaos, and crime rate is going to go, which ultimately that's what they want anyway, so they can send in the troops, man. All right. What other option will you have but to send in troops, man? Okay.
Getting those shots, and there are more deadlines for required vaccinations coming up this week. Here's Kathy Park.
Tonight, the clock is ticking in Seattle, where all city employees must be fully vaccinated by Monday. But the looming deadline is getting pushback from some police officers who oppose a mandate, instead asking for other options like regular testing.
For some reason, this mayor is refusing that, which I think is unreasonable and is void of common sense.
Those who don't comply won't be fired right away. Instead, they can present their reasonings at a hearing. But the standoff comes amid a staffing crisis threatening public safety. And the Seattle Police Officers Guild says they can't afford to lose anyone.
Crime is surging in this city. Our community is demanding more police officers answer the 911 calls.
State troopers are also under a similar mandate, and longtime veterans are turning in their badges.
I'm being asked to leave because I am dirty. This is the last time you'll hear me in a state patrol car.
Monday the 18th of October, I'll be turning in all my issued equipment back to the Washington State Patrol, and I will be involuntarily terminated.
It's a showdown in Chicago, too. The mayor and police union not bent.
And that's what we're going to get into real quick right here, in the one in Chicago with Lori Lightfoot. All right, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a commercial on that as well.
About dental implants. Let's be honest, missing teeth.
Salaki, y'all.
Who's not here, since it was short notice on the questions. I guess the big question is why legal action, but can I also put it this way? There is a different tone from CPS, from Pedro Martinez. He was asked, what's going to happen to those who don't have their vaccines? And he said the other day, we're going to work with them. We're going to talk to them. We're going to make sure try to understand what's going on. So why a different tone for CPS than the police?
Well, I don't think there is a different tone for one versus the other. CEO Martinez has indicated that, and again, in agreement with the union, so that is one circumstantial difference, that every adult in the system has to be vaccinated. And that agreement was reached months ago, and they've been working very hard to execute on that agreement. reach with all the collective bargaining agencies that employ folks at CPS. So it's a very different set of circumstances, and I think he believes it's going to be a very small group that remains either unvaccinated or not signing up. And so he understands, though, that accountability is important, as do we. So you asked the question of why the lawsuit. Because we believe that the FOP leadership is trying to foment an illegal work stoppage or strike, pure and simple. We've laid that out in the materials, and we're not having that. The contract is clear, and it's been known for a long time. The police unions are not authorized to strike. It's in their collective bargaining agreement, and it's a matter of state law.
So they'll just probably end up just quitting since they're not authorized or allowed to strike. Okay, and again, that goes into sedition among men. All right. Let me see here. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And okay, because it's clear to see everything that the elite are trying to accomplish here, man. All right, the food shortages, the whole mandate or no work type shit. Okay, the crashing or collapse of the economy as well, man. All right, you have a lot of people that are pushing back from this damn thing, and they're not even forcing it all the way yet. All right, state by state, it's slowly starting to get done, as we'll see here in this video. What is it? New Jersey workers are prompt to get this thing or no work.
Well, as of today, New Jersey state workers and school employees who are working in person must show proof of full vaccination from COVID-19. Otherwise, they have to be regularly tested. Governor Phil Murphy said state workers are being phased back into offices starting today.
The testing piece, if you're working from home, is not enforced until you come into the office. But we do expect folks to be vaccinated. And when they come in, if they're not vaccinated for whatever reason, then they're going to have to start doing the testing regime.
A protest against vaccine mandates was held outside of the Trenton State House this morning. And
that's you're going to see a lot of, as more jobs, as people start to lose more jobs, these are the things that you're going to start to see, man. All right. But we know what's coming up, man. All right. And this is going to be Revelations, the 13th chapter, 15th verse. All right. Ultimately, it's going to lead up into the charagma, man. All right. That's the next step. All right. It's being done in other countries. All right. Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And he is Esau Edom, man. All right. That he had power to give into the image of the beast. That the beast. So let me start over. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that image of the beast is speaking, man. All right. Total give up your power. All right. Your quote unquote freedom for safety. All right. And worship Esau Edom and his science, his philosophy, and his way of living as the new life, man. Quote unquote new world order, man. All right. And we know that's leading until what's next. Actually, this is gonna be good to go into this next the next verse, this next video. And it says central banks will control what you buy and what you sell.
Our analysis on CBDC, in particular for the use of general use.
And CBDC is central bank currency.
And to establish the equivalence with cash. And there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank.
absolute control. Absolute control. And the brother Raqar Kwame from England, I believe it is, or London, I forget. He goes into this a lot, man. All right, the central bank digital currency. All right, he goes into this, or central bank digital currency. He goes into this a lot. He's done many good edifying lessons on this, man. And it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning of the charagma. It's their way to implement it.
Liability, and also we will have the technology to enforce that.
The technology.
Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what cash is.
All right, because they're getting ready to do away with the dollar, man. Which one brother was saying that this whole supply shipment thing is going to set that up. All right, the crash. Revelation 13:60, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So what is the next digital currency going to be, man? All right, we are basically already under a digitalized system. No one keeps cash like that around, man. All right, no one is keeping cash like that around. But just to segue back into their quote unquote image, and you not dancing with Vanessa under the mandate. It says NBA player who suffered blood clots says league told him to keep quiet. NBA player Brandon Goodwin recently admitted that he suffered from blood clots after getting the mandate. And you know, Jake still got a talking cold. And in a health crisis that ended his season and compromised his career. Adding insult to injury, the Atlanta Hawks player said the NBA told him not to talk about his ordeal. Goodwin, who recently turned 26, said that shortly after getting or dancing around, he got sick and never fully recovered from it. He experienced constant back pain and was extremely tired in games. In his team's back-to-back games in April against the Philadelphia 76ers, he said he felt like he couldn't even run up and down the basketball court. When his back pain continued to get worse, he decided to see a doctor and found out that he had blood clots. This all occurred within the space of a month. Speaking in the video posted on Twitch, Goodwin made it clear that he felt that was what he felt that the mandate was responsible for this scary condition. I was fine until then. I was fine up until I took the mandate. I was fine. People trying to tell you, no, it's not that. How do you know? You don't know. Yes, the mandate ended my season 1,000%. Like, and look at this, man. Look at this. Okay, Job 13:4. Job 13:4. Ye are physicians of lies. Ye are all ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. There's no value behind this, and you got people coming at Kyrie Irving because he doesn't want to do it. And if I was Kyrie, and I just would retire. I had actually joked around before this. This was last year, before they made the playoffs. Just a lot of times how Kyrie was into it. And I had joked and said I could actually see Kyrie Irving retiring very soon. And look what's going to happen. So if I was him, I would actually retire, man. You got the money. All right. I'm pretty sure Kyrie knows that he's Israelite. He doesn't really celebrate Thanksgiving, and he goes against the narrative of what's been put out there, and people mock him and call him crazy or whatnot. But I really believe that he understands and knows that he's an Israelite. He does embrace his Indian, quote unquote, Indian heritage. I'm not sure what tribe or anything he's from, but he doesn't, and he does definitely embrace that, man. Okay. So this video is getting a little longer than what I want, and I'm getting a notification tab of not enough storage. So let me see here. See our next move. Actually, we'll probably just end it off here, man. I don't know how much more storage I have left, But, this video is just various topics, man. Hopefully it's edifying. When you all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.